In a shocking turn of events, the hip-hop mogul Diddy and singer Cassie have seemingly extinguished the flames of a heated legal battle. The duo announced a surprising settlement just one day after Cassie filed a lawsuit accusing Diddy of rape and multiple instances of physical abuse. Brace yourselves for a roller coaster ride through the twists and turns of this unexpected resolution. The parties, in a joint statement released on Friday evening, declared that they had opted for an amicable settlement to put an end to the convulsive case. However, the details of this agreement remain shrouded in mystery, leaving eager minds to speculate on the undisclosed terms. Cassie expressed her decision to resolve the matter amicably while maintaining some level of control over the proceedings. The songstress extended gratitude to her family, fans and legal team for their unwavering support during this challenging time. In response, Diddy conveyed his wishes for Cassie and her family, expressing a desire for an amicable resolution. The unexpected swiftness of this settlement has left many wondering about the behind-the-scenes negotiations that led to this resolution. For Diddy, this rapid settlement serves as a strategic move, promptly closing the door on a potentially embarrassing legal discovery process. Legal experts speculate that the hip-hop icon could have faced public scrutiny and a risky trial had the case proceeded. The settlement, therefore, offers a shield against the unveiling of sensitive evidence in court of law. Cassie, having already aired her accusations through a public complaint, manages to sidestep the looming threat of a cross-examination by Diddy's legal team. This unexpected twist raises questions about the motivations behind the swift resolution and leaves fans and legal aficionados intrigued as the curtain falls on this chapter of legal drama. The resolution between Cassie and Diddy leaves us with more questions than answers. This is the breakdown of the lawsuit Cassie filed against Diddy. Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, no stranger to scandal, has now been accused of rape and serious physical and psychological abuse by his longtime former lover, Cassie, and Cassie attorneys claim the music mogul attempted to buy her silence. Cassie, whose true name is Cassandra Elizabeth Ventura, claims in her new complaint that she met Diddy in 2005 or 2006 when she was 19 and he was 37. Within months, in February 2006, Cassie signed a 10-album deal with Diddy's record label, according to the complaint. Following the signing of her record deal, Cassie alleges that she was quickly thrust into the spotlight and was unfamiliar with how to navigate her new celebrity status, as well as the fact that Diddy's recognition and glorification of Cassie's naivete proved to set the groundwork for his manipulative and coercive romantic and sexual relationship with Cassie, a woman nearly 2 decades his junior. The complaint continues. Diddy became deeply entrenched in Cassie's life, almost immediately asserting possession and control over her, and inserting himself into all aspects of her career and her personal life. According to the complaint, Diddy invited himself to Cassie's 21st birthday party and then pushed her into a toilet and forcibly kissed her without her permission during an after-party in a hotel suite. Diddy was financially responsible for her accommodation, transportation, vacations, fancy clothes and other expenses by 2010. All aspects of Cassie's life were controlled by either Diddy or his management companies. According to the report, the complaint contains many accusations that Diddy supplied her with narcotics. The complaint says that in one case in 2007, she felt she could not refuse Diddy's urge for her to take more drugs. Under the case, Cassie's lawyers say that Diddy was hooked to prescription opioids and that when Diddy exhausted his supply of pills, he demanded that Cassie procure prescriptions from this Miami doctor in her own name. With all of that between the attorneys, what Cassie says against the Bad Boy Entertainment CEO in the 36-page lawsuit throughout their 11-year personal and professional connection is fairly scary and specific. According to the lawsuit, in one such instance, after a party with Jay-Z, Diddy beat Cassie repeatedly in an escalade, including by kicking and hitting her. Cassie also accuses Diddy of sex trafficking by forcing her to conduct sexual actions with other guys. She said that sometimes Diddy would pay to fly male sex workers to his location, including to multiple cities in the United States as well as abroad. According to the lawsuit filed by Wigdo, he required Cassie and his staff to help him make this arrangement. Another accusation in the complaint is that Diddy had Cassie's medical information, including an MRI she obtained due to memory loss, transmitted to his email account. According to the complaint, the memory loss might have been caused by Diddy's brain traumas or by his prolonged drug usage. Diddy allegedly abused Cassie and left marks on her body multiple times each year, according to Cassie. According to the complaint, one claimed event happened in January 2009 when Diddy discovered Cassie had communicated with another music management in an attempt to further her career. Diddy is accused of dragging her out of the club and stomping on her face in the vehicle. She alleges the incident left her terrified, isolated and unable to see a pathway out of Diddy's abusive hold on her life. During these times, Cassie was given an excessive amount of ecstasy, cocaine, marijuana and alcohol. According to the complaint, she further accused him of taping this incident and of physically attacking her on occasion. When she attempted to flee, Diddy allegedly utilized his vast network of corporations and affiliated entities to track her down and entice her back. According to the lawsuit, one fight in 2011 saw him lunging at her with a corkscrew and then beating her multiple times after. Diddy's network of enforcers tracked her to Kid Cudi's home, where she was lodged while fleeing. Another instance featured Bad Boy management reportedly threatening her that if she did not return Diddy's phone calls, her single would not be released. According to the lawsuit, a Sony Music official reached out to her with a similar ultimatum concerning her record. Cassie established a short romance with Kid Cudi over a dispute with Diddy in 2011. According to the complaint, Diddy warned Cassie in February 2012 that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Around that moment, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. Kid Cudi confirmed Cassie's story to the New York Times via a representative. "This is all true," he said. In 2016, she said that she attempted to leave a hotel room while Diddy was sleeping, and he followed her, shouted at her and smashed glass vases at her. Cassie's accusation that Diddy assaulted her in September 2018 is also included in the complaint. Cassie says in her complaint that Diddy's sexual and physical abuse harmed her for the rest of her life. Cassie is formally suing Diddy for sex trafficking, sexual assault, sexual battery, and breaking New York's gender-motivated violence legislation, among other things. Diddy reportedly beat her repeatedly over the following decade, then used his money and power to orchestrate extensive efforts to hide the evidence of his abuse, including hiding her in hotels for days at a time to allow her injuries to heal. According to the lawsuit, Diddy won the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards in 2022. Diddy said during his victory speech, "I have to give a special shout out, thank you, love to the people who are really there for me." He mentioned a few individuals before saying, "And also Cassie for holding me down in the dark times, love." The fact is that Cassie was a victim of Diddy's aggressive conduct and erratic demands for over a decade. The dark times for Cassie were those she spent locked by Diddy in a cycle of abuse, assault and sex trafficking. When Pitchfork reached out to Diddy's agent, they sent the following statement from the musician's attorney, Ben Brafman. Diddy categorically rejects these heinous and absurd charges. Diddy has been exposed to Cassie's relentless demand of $30 million under the threat of publishing a harmful book about their relationship for the last 6 months, which has been categorically refused as obvious blackmail. Despite dropping her earlier threat, Cassie has now filed a lawsuit packed with false and egregious allegations in order to destroy Diddy's name and collect a payday. Cassie said to Pitchfork in a statement, "After years of quiet and darkness, I am now ready to share my experience and stand out for myself and other women who are victims of violence and abuse in their relationships." With the expiry of New York's Adult Survivors Act looming, it became evident that this was the moment to speak up about the trauma I had endured and will be healing from for the rest of my life. Douglas Wigdo, one of Cassie's lawyers, remarked, "No human should have to endure what Cassie has endured. Her skill and desire to speak out against the violence she endured, as well as to seek accountability for her abuser and those who perpetuated the abuse, demonstrates her strength and resilience." We are proud to represent this courageous victim in her quest for justice. Furthermore, Wigdor said in response to Braffman's comment, Diddy offered Cassie 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of this lawsuit. She rejected his attempt and resolved to give all women who suffer in silence a voice. Cassie should be commended for her courage. Cassie is asking for a money judgment representing compensatory damages, including consequential damages, lost wages, earning and all other sums of money, together with interest on this amount, according to proof, as well as a money judgment for mental pain and anguish and severe emotional distress. After the City Girls failed to mention these female contributors in response to an interview question, fans reacted angrily. The unfortunate reality is that many aspects of hip-hop culture, including media, fandom and social media, feed into a desire for a catfight or two. In addition, femces must contend with factors that pit them against one another, such as misunderstandings of competitiveness, omissions and an unending comparisons. But often, these charges are merely an opportunity to stir up drama and don't represent any actual issue. You need just read the most recent interview with the City Girls to see this in action. Many of Cardi B, Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion's fans were offended by the interview they gave to Cosmopolitan for their cynically called Cheap Shots program. This occurred during their response to a question about the 8 women who have worked with them during their careers. Kim Petras, Lato, Chloe Bailey, Halle Bailey, Manny Long, Ciara and Lola Brooke were all named by Young Miami as some of her favorite female rappers. Just that, I don't have no more. The podcast presenter had a memory lapse, saying falsely, I think that's all the female artists for the whole episode. A member of the crew working behind the scenes recognized Meg and Doja, but instead of being embarrassed, the City Girls smiled and continued on. Some internet listeners were not happy about this and felt the absence of these musicians was intentional. Young Miami, on the other hand, is fed up with the binary pressure to either constantly promote musicians or criticize them. On Twitter, she condemned supporters once again for taking her statements out of context and highlighting them. We literally had 30 seconds to remember the people we collaborated with in the spur of the moment. It was intended to be enjoyable. You folks really make up anything, so shut up about it. In the meanwhile, what are your thoughts on this conversation? Are fans taking pleasure in the rumor mill because they are feud hungry, or is Young Miami really attempting to get people to stop talking about past beefs with this? Cardi B has left her fans with more questions than answers after she said they may not see her for a very long time. In response to a fan outrage over her recent statement, Cardi B has acknowledged reports that she is taking a sabbatical from music. A recent Instagram live sparked rumors about her going on a break. The rapper had warned her fans that she would be inactive for a while, but the message was taken out of context. Cardi B has addressed the rumors that she's leaving the music industry. Cardi B said she never announced taking a hiatus. She said she was taking a break from social media for the last several weeks and has no plans to stop now. In response to the uproar her words provoked, she said, "Not sure why that's causing such a ruckus," before informing the body gang that they know where to catch her. Concerns were also raised in October when it was announced that Cardi B will be taking a musical hiatus. She broke the news to her fans that she was abandoning her second studio album. She sadly said, "There is no album." Cardi then removed both postings after another in which she claimed, "I don't want to do music." When asked about the backlash later in a Twitter Spaces discussion, Cardi said she was just feeling very overwhelmed and had become very angry after reading social media comments. She said she was in one of those moments where she just wanted to burst. Leave a comment and tell us how you really feel. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed this video.